minimize the consumption of the energy. So energy harvesting is one thing. And what is the interoperability? Semantic interoperability. Kaushik, can you tell me what is semantic interoperability? Anyone? Sudipa, can you tell me?
No, sir.
Okay. So semantic interoperability is basically in IoT we have seen that so many applications are involved in it, right? So many like 3G or 4G connectivity or Wi-Fi, or if we go for WiMAX in one side, and then you have to connect this networking with your devices, means your sensor. You have to connect everything with your sensor. The network will connect with your actuators. So in IoT is basically connectivity of lots of technologies. So sensors, actuators, in between them there are networking. So there should be a very good interoperability. Means it should not be like that your sensor is not interoperable with your network connectivity, or your network should be interoperable with your actuator. So this is basically a simple example of interoperability I am telling. Now, if it is not interoperable, whatever information I am sending from the sensors to the network, it will not accept it, and it will immediately drop down. Okay, so interoperability is one of the breakthrough innovation. That is why IoT takes into place into our pictures. Now, sometimes we are controlling that sensors also through the code we have written. The code we have written in our operating system, operating OS in Raspberry Pi. Or if it is your Arduino board, so in the Arduino board also we are writing the code. Now it is interoperating the coder as well as the electronics engineers also. So all it is not a subject for CSE, it's a subject for EC also, electrical also. So everybody need to know the basic concept of IoT, because there is an interoperability, interdisciplinary field, interdisciplinary technologies between all of them. So you need to know everything. Now it is clear semantic interoperability, or still you have question? Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, fine. Okay, so what is the next one? That IoT sustaining innovation. IoT sustaining innovation means to sustain your IoT, what innovation is basically required. The main innovation that is required is the cloud computing technologies. Why? Because whatever data are generated from the IoT, that we cannot store in the IoT devices, we need one technology which will store the information on behalf of the IoT. First thing. Second thing is that if the IoT, we have to control the IoT from the remote location. From Guwahati, if I want to control the fan, lights, and switches of my home, that case also I can give the instruction through the cloud technologies only. Right. So that is why one sustaining technology is required. That is your cloud computing technology. Next is the IoT. These are the well defined. Means your semantic of interoperability is already established. What are the network technologies are required for that? For energy harvesting also, the technologies are well defined. But few of the technologies which are not still well defined, like nanotechnology, then quantum teleportation. Now, do you know what is nanotechnology? So, we'll discuss two basic technologies today. One is nanotechnology, another is quantum teleportation. If you know any idea, that case you can tell me. Otherwise, I will start. Do you know what is nanotechnology or quantum teleportation? Any one of you, by any chance? Do you know nanotechnology, students? Please tell me yes or no. Otherwise, I'll start.
No, sir.
Okay. So nanotechnology is basically creating, means suppose you have the steel. Now, if you break the steel up to a level of a nanoparticle, nanoparticles means 10 to the power minus 9 scale. Suppose if you have a steel of 1 millimeter, steel, or if suppose gold, if you break it up to a scale of 10 to the power minus 9 millimeter, and after that if you combine them, then the properties of steel or properties of gold will get changed. Is it clear? I think not clear. हेलो, क्लास चल रहा है, मैं फोन कर रहा हूँ, क्लास चल रहा है. Sorry. So you can write down the definition of nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is a technology in which nanotechnology is a technology to analyze the characteristics of any particle in the nanoscale limit. Characteristics of any particle in the nanoscale range. Now I am showing you some example. Okay. Now, can you see the screen, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
In the
sir.
left hand side, please look at this.
Yes, sir.
The particle characteristics, how it is getting change of water, then glucose, antibody, virus, bacteria in the nanoscale change and nanoscale range. Suppose if for a gold, if I break it and put it into a nanoscale range of 10 to the power minus 9 millimeter, then gold color changes to black, and gold becomes world's safest water purifier. Means it will, if you create a filter using the gold nanoparticles, then it will create the world's safest water filter purifier, which will remove all type of impurities from your water. But it is not costly, it is not physically financially viable, because if you create a water filter using the gold nanoparticle, it will be huge costly, right? Similarly, if you create nanoparticles of sand, and from that its characteristics becomes quite like a fabric, and the fabric is quite like this, that if you put any water into the fabric, the water will not sustain over there, it will go out of your fabric. Means this is called lotus effect. In the lotus leaf, if you put a drop of water, what will happen? What drop of water still persists in the lotus leaf, so it will go out of it, na? वो पत्ते में तो कभी भीगता नहीं है. Have you seen the how the water
Yes,
particle
sir.
behaves in the lotus leaf? The similar kind of
Yes,
behavior
sir.
will happen if you put some strain or some kachra or some ink or water or any liquid metal into a fabric made out of sand nanoparticle. And scientists are now creating in a research to create such kind of fabric, so that which will not take any kind of dust. So these are the particles characteristics gets changed in the nanoparticle range. Now, why it is significant in case of your IoT? Because it helps you if you make any IoT devices in the nanoparticle range. That case, I can get a very good results from the IoT devices, isn't it? If it is in the nanoscale range, that case the energy harvesting will also be very little. Power consumption will also very little. So it will take very minimal power. So that is why scientists are now in the process of creating all the IoT devices or the chip, which can be shown in the nanoparticle range. So that is why nanotechnology is one of the considered as one of the breakthrough research for IoT. Is it clear?
सर ये सिर्फ एनर्जी के लिए होगा या फिर सब एस्पेक्ट में होगा सर, जो यूजफुल?
हाँ, जो एनर्जी के लिए फिर से बोलो.
सर ये सिर्फ एनर्जी के लिए मतलब यूजफुल होगा या फिर दूसरे कामों के लिए भी सर यूजफुल होगा? लाइक
बहुत सारा काम के लिए यूजफुल होगा. फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट if you make any particle in the nanoscale, its characteristics will also get changed. ऐसा नहीं है जो chip तुम जिस material से बनाते हो, the mainly the chip. Our main concern is the chip, na?
Yes,
Chip
sir.
means processor chip. Now the processor chips are made of silicon, means silica. सिलिका को तोड़ के हम लोग सिलिकॉन बनाते हैं. सिलिका इज बेसिकली your which is available in your sand. Now if you break it to a nanoparticle range, your sand characteristics will also get changed. Now it might happen that you have to make a chip out of a plastic nanoparticles instead of a silicon nanoparticle. So these type of experimentations, all everything are going on for the all type of material, and they find it which one is suitable to make your processor and which will take the instruction and process the instruction and give you better result. So you are true that not only for the energy harvesting, there are several other applications are also there for which they are checking that in which way nanoparticle can help them.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next is your quantum teleportation. So basically, we are sending the signal or the command. We are sending the command from the IoT devices to your cloud computer in the internet. Which way? Through electromagnetic signal or through the electromagnetic signal or not? We are sending
Yes,
our
sir.
command from our IoT devices to the internet. We are sending it through an electromagnetic signal. Like either if it is an analog signal, then it will go like this. If it is a digital signal, then it will go like this. Now, what is the speed of sending this signal? What is the speed? Speed is the speed of light. So we are basically sending those signal in the speed of light basically. Now, there is a new technology is coming. That technology is called quantum teleportation. Through which you can send the signal faster than the speed of light. Faster than the speed of light. But these are in the research stage. These are not well defined for IoT. So they are working on it. So if they get success, that case it might be a breakthrough innovation. Even you people also consider this as your project also, like in the quantum teleportation, how can you send a signal much faster than the speed of light? Now, for that you have to use the quantum computing. Now, do you know what is quantum computing? Those who are technology enthusiastic, मैंने देखा ये आयुष मोरे का एक YouTube channel है where he used to give so many technological jigs. But unfortunately, if I ask a basic question to him, he is not able to answer. He never responded to my query. Huh? So, okay, the computer jig is one thing, but you should know the basic concept. Huh? Like those who are computer jig, that is why I am asking you people. So, do you know what is quantum computing? This is basically related to CSE only. Any idea of quantum computing? Any one of you? Kaushik?
सर आई थिंक क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स से कुछ रिलेटेड है वो
No,
मुझे
no,
जो
no, 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 no. Like in our digital computing that we use, there our entire signals or whatever data that we store, everything is considered as a bits. Bits means 0 or 1. But in quantum computing is a specific hardware computing where the entire hardware system is totally different. Means that your entire hardware setup might be in the minus 273 degree range, so which is quite impossible to set up in your home. So it can be used for the industry purpose. First thing. Second thing is that instead of bit, they use qubit. So instead of 2 bits are there, they use multiple number of bits, and the specific features which is make quantum computers from the others is that it is 3 million times faster. Mind it, 3 million times faster than your supercomputer, not your specific computer. It is 3 million times faster than your supercomputer. Google has recently, 4 months back, they have developed one supercomputer which can solve a problem in 3 seconds, which requires 3000 years to solve for a supercomputer. Now, can you think how fast a quantum computer can be? A quantum computer can solve a problem 3 million times faster than your normal computer, normal supercomputer. And whatever computer Google has developed, that is able, that one is able to solve a problem in 3 seconds, which requires 3,000 years for a supercomputer. Now, if we can create this kind of supercomputing facility, that case all the IoT devices, because the number of IoT devices are increasing exponentially nowadays. Now, and it is going to hit in the ultimately in the internet only. Now, if we can create such kind of facility where the processing will be done at the as fast as the supercomputer, that case lots of our IoT problem will get solved. Now, even you people also can use the supercomputing facility from cloud. AWS has already created the supercomputing facility in cloud, and you can use it free of cost. Have you seen? I'm showing you the supercomputing facilities that are available in AWS. That is called AWS Bracket. You can utilize that AWS Bracket services. So I'm going to service. Just write bracket, Amazon Bracket. So you can create a new Amazon Bracket services, means that if you use that Amazon Bracket services, that you will be enabled and you will be given one small portion of service range of AWS Amazon Bracket. So Amazon supercomputer. So sorry, not supercomputer, Amazon quantum computer. You can utilize this one. And right now, for the time being, they are giving these services as a free of cost to all the users. So you can also utilize this one. Okay. So is there any question up to this regarding this nanotechnology and though in detail you don't require this one, but at least you need to know of these two technologies. हाँ बोलो कौशिक.
सर वो क्यूबिट के बारे में थोड़ा बोल सकते हैं, मतलब बाइनरी डिजिट से वो
क्यूबिट is basically in between 0 and 1. They have to आप लोग जो देखे थे ना, false positive, false negative. False positive, what is the meaning of false positive?
सर कौन सा सर?
False positive, false negative. Whenever you are, yeah.
रिजल्ट्स के ऊपर जो सर मतलब हमको जो मिल रहा था सर.
हाँ. फॉल्स पॉजिटिव का मीनिंग क्या है
सर? फॉल्स पॉजिटिव वही है जो मतलब एक्चुअली में मशीन हमको दिखा रहा है कि वो पॉजिटिव है, लेकिन एक्चुअली वो फॉल्स है.
Exactly. So in quantum computing also, is in between 0 and 1, they have multiple numbers of bits are also there. That means if instead of 0 and 1, if I consider 4 bits in between them, that case suppose हम लोग को जो 4 bit हम लोग यूज करते हैं, तो उसमें कितना कॉम्बिनेशन रहता है? 64 कॉम्बिनेशन. 2 to the power 4 equal to 64. Now what they are doing there, a single bit is considered again as a 4 bit. How they are considering this one, that technology I need to know. मुझे भी इतना अच्छी तरह से पता नहीं है. But if they consider a single digit 1 as another 4 bit, that case whatever you are specifying with your 2 to the power 4, that means 64 bit, it will become 2 to the power of 64. That means huge amount of data you can store within your quantum computer with 2 to the power of 64. That means 4 bit combination only.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो दिस इज काइंड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. मुझे अगर तुम लोगों को अलग से ये जानना जानना चाहते हो, give me one day out of the context, not in this class, I will discuss this one. But my request is you take it as a project that how we can enable quantum computing in our IoT. That can be a very good project.
Okay, sir.
Okay, is there any other question? Is there any other question? Okay, fine. Now, the quantum another thing that is also not well defined, that is the virtual world. Virtual world means AR and VR. So, how to integrate AR and VR with your IoT? Do you know what is AR and VR? Augmented reality and virtual reality. I used to take so many classes on AR and VR. अगर पता नहीं है तो बोल दो, so that I can immediately start. Do you know what is AR and VR?
सर एआर के बारे में पता है, मतलब जो ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी, मतलब जो वर्चुअली जो हमको दिखने वाला है वो एक्चुअली लाइव दिखेगा, मतलब लाइक कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट हमारे जैसे लाइक सामने पूरा 3D स्पेस में दिखेगा वो सर.
Means that आप लोग थर्ड पार्टी शूटर गेम खेलते हो ना, कौन कौन खेलता है? इसमें तो सबका जवाब आना चाहिए. आप लोग जो थर्ड पार्टी शूटर गेम खेलते रहते हो पूरा दिन भर हॉस्टल में मोबाइल पे, have you seen that or not? इसमें भी कोई आंसर नहीं है. सब कोई सो रहा है क्या? You have played third party shooter game or not?
No, sir.
किसी ने नहीं खेला? अरे बाप रे, this is a new discovery to me. हिमज्योति बोला है, yes sir. तो हिमज्योति please unmute yourself. At least Himjyoti have that guts. Himjyoti, please unmute yourself. So in the third party shooter game, what you basically face? Himjyoti? Sorry sir, I cannot unmute myself. I am in a place. Okay, sorry. ठीक है. So in case of third party shooter game, basically it creates a 3D world in a simulation model. Means you are inside that 3D world, right? Now what will happen if the entire 3D world or the 3D model comes into your real world? Means अपना घर में ही वो 3D world को अगर दिखाई देगा, वो कैसा रहेगा? That is basically augmented reality. Like your PUBG or Pokemon games that you play, where you have to find out the 3D objects inside your 3D in your real world. Na? So that is basically an example of augmented reality. Still, if you have any confusion, I am showing you augmented reality in live. Just look at here. See, this is my home. You can see my home. I am in front of the real world. So your laptop is there, and in front of it, can you see this one? So I have opened my camera. Okay, now can you see? I am in my home. Okay, now here I will create the 3D object. Just take. So the application is crashing actually. So I am trying once again. Yeah, right, okay. Again it is crashing. Okay. Now can you see a frog has been created, a 3D model of a frog has been created on top of my laptop. Can you see that one, students?
No sir.
It is not visible. Okay.
No sir.
फिर से वो क्रैश कर गया है मेरे ख्याल से. Actually, it requires huge computational power. नहीं काम कर रहा है. Sorry, काम नहीं कर रहा है. It is getting crashed every time. No. Okay, then I will show you a video. I wanted to show you live. So as the live is not available, so I am showing you a video. Just can you see my screen?
Yes sir.
Can you see the video? Can you see the video?
Yes, sir.
So look at this. In my office desk, I have created this one, and this is a recorded one. So I wanted to show you the live one. So, but my system is crashing every day. Okay, so this is basically augmented reality. So I am showing another example to you. Now, how augmented reality should be linked with your what should I say? That is your IoT. Okay, I am showing you another video. So in this video, what they wanted to show you, just first see the video and after that I will discuss. So could you able to hear the voices also in the video, or only the video has played? Student,
So no
could you,
voice.
no voice? Okay, fine. So no need to hear the voice. Basically, what they have done that, uh, yeah, basically what they have done that for a factory mechanism or the factory devices or components or machinery, they have created a 3D model, exact 3D model of that particular component, which is called digital twins. It's a new technology. So it's a mechatronics plus IoT plus 5G integrated technology, where you have to create the exact 3D model of that factory machinery, and you will put the IoT, different IoT sensors on that machinery. Now that IoT sensors will collect the different data from that machinery, like the thrust, like the rotation speed, like the heat generated, like the pressure generated, and they are putting all those information to the digital twins. That is the 3D model. Now the 3D model, you can monitor it from the remote location, how that 3D model is working. What is its pressure, what is its thrust, what is its rotation speed, and based on this, that 3D model is analyzing and also telling you whether this machinery is working fine or not. If it is not working fine, it will also tell you that if you don't repair this, then how much it is depreciating day by day and when it is going to fail. Now, what is its advantage? Advantage is that you don't have to be in your factory in this pandemic situation 24 into 7. Instead of this, you can monitor your machineries of your factory from the remote location, how it is working, whether it is working fine or not. If you find any difficulty, then only immediately you can send a personnel to take care of that machinery. If such kind of mechanism we would have earlier, that case we should not have that oil explosion that happened few months back near Duliajan in Dibru Saikwa National Park. Just because of the pandemic period, they could not posted a proper number of workforce in the digging region. That is why huge amount of pressure gets generated from the oil digging field, so that they could not realize, and that accident happened. So if you can remotely monitor your machinery through the digital twins, through how much pressures are being generated time to time, then immediately you can take an action, you can send somebody. So this is coming with a new hot topic, that how you can integrate the IoT devices with the digital machinery and get the data. And also the augmented reality is also present over there, because you can create the visual 3D model through the augmented reality itself. So you can monitor your factory from a remote location. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Student, is it clear? So isn't it an interesting topic? You can search it as a digital twins. So today my network is not working fine. Every time it is getting crashed. Otherwise, I can show you some more video, and I will also check that why the videos are also the audio within the video is not working.